Chapter 7. Have the guts to travel. Do you think people travel as much as they should? As I sit here on my couch asking myself this question, I came to the realization that they don't. The world belongs to those brave enough to get out into it. Anonymous. Watch the news long enough and you'll believe that the world is a scary and dangerous place. Not to say that mainstream media doesn't report on actual events, but they will highlight stories that trigger your emotions and draw you in to watch more of their programming to benefit their advertisers. Most people fall into this trap and are terrified to venture out past whatever geographical boundaries they have set in their own minds. The problem with this is those type of people deprive themselves of the experience that is different cultures, customs, traditions, foods, languages, mannerisms, and the opportunity to adopt new perspectives. If you ask me, that's a crime and a shame. Travel is the antidote to ignorance, and in this chapter, you will learn why it is important to have the guts to travel abroad. Before we get started, let's address the excuses people give for not traveling. Number one, I don't have the money. Traveling is much less expensive than people assume. A quick Google search or a Groupon will show you just how affordable it is to get gone. Number two, I don't have the time. I'll be frank, if you don't have the time to travel, then your job is in the way. It's important to prioritize. You only have one life to live. If you don't have time now, when do you see yourself having time in the future? If the answer is never, then it's time to restructure your life so that you can actually have one. It's not worth the money. Au contraire, mon ami, the number one investment that you can ever make is in your experience. That means bettering yourself through courses, mentors, books, and travel. Investment in travel is an investment in yourself. Number four, I can't travel alone. You came into this world alone, didn't you? I know it may seem scary, but traveling solo can be one of the most rewarding experiences you can have. Sure, your senses may be on high alert, but while alone, you're able to soak in your new surroundings more effectively than you ever could with the distraction that is other people. You can plan excursions for yourself, by yourself, without any interruptions, and you'll be forced to connect with foreigners as they will be essential to you navigating your new terrain. Number five, I have to pay Sally Mae. Don't we all? Let's say you have 24 hours to live. At the end of the day, would you rather have your gravestone say, the person who paid off their student loans, or the person that traveled the world? Now, I'm not saying to ruin your credit score and incur late fees, but I am saying do not let your debt be the reason you never board a jet. Number six, I have small children. If you wait till your kids get older to travel, you'll be wasting some of the most precious years of your life. I saw this family on Instagram that travels the world all while homeschooling their children. They had a love for travel and wanted to make sure their children grew up experiencing other cultures in their raw form. I'm not saying this lifestyle is for everyone. I'm just saying there are options. Plus, there are all types of kid-friendly vacation getaways these days. Traveling with small children can be very fun. I say you give it a try. And number seven, I've never traveled before. Perfect. You're going to get the most bang for your buck. Your first trip is going to be the most impactful. It will be an eye-opening experience. You will see things you've never seen before, meet people you never dreamed of meeting, and take pictures that can't capture the totality of the beauty in this new place. In 2017, I decided that I would visit the most extravagant place on earth, and at the time, that place was home to the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. At this time, I hadn't traveled anywhere by my own intention. I had been to the Bahamas and Cancun, but those were both gifts from either my family or from my work. This was the first trip I had taken that was planned by me specifically for the experience. For a few years, I had already had my heart set on visiting Dubai. But I had been waiting for the proper finances and company before deciding to commit to going. Coincidentally, this was around the time I started to practice manifestation. So, in addition to a new phone, a relocation to California, and a beautiful natural haired girlfriend, I also manifested a trip to the UAE. After numerous rounds of planning and canceling trips abroad with groups of friends who claimed they were ready to take the trip, I decided I would go alone. I immediately felt an energetic shift that put me closer to my goal than any of my past attempts. Thankfully, when I did that, my best friend Josh committed to taking the trip with me. He also committed to a payment plan to ensure that the trip would happen. Upon leaving the company that I had been working for the past year, I accumulated some funds in my 401k. These were the funds I used to pay for my first international adventure. I found a travel agent by posting on Facebook that I was looking into a trip to Dubai, and she was amazing. She booked the hotel, flights, all of our excursions, and was available for all questions and comments while we were abroad. Dubai was a life changing experience. The people were very helpful and welcoming. I learned a lot of Arabic, and my friend Josh and I ran into a guy from Ghana that worked at the hotel we were staying in. We had a very long conversation touching base on his life in Dubai and slavery back in Africa. We're actually still friends on Facebook to this day. He married a woman from America and asked Josh and me for pointers. When he was planning his proposal, he messaged me on Facebook asking how he should go about it. I was elated to help a brother out. These are the experiences that matter the most. So, not only was I able to ride the fastest and tallest roller coasters in the world, sandboard in the Abu Dhabi desert, visit Ferrari World, climb to the top of the tallest building in the world, but I was also able to connect with someone from across the globe and foster a relationship that will forever enrich our lives. And none of this would have happened if I did not have the guts to travel abroad.